see. Can we stand in this? Yep, we can stand in this. Can we stand right here? Not press any buttons even with this? Let's find out. Yes. Hello and welcome back to episode 15 of the Cyclone of Tumult Juggernaut series. This is Path of Exile, Secrets of the Atlas. Let's get right into it. And this is for Journeyman rank 2. Today, the main focus is going to be getting new rings, which is going to allow us a couple different things. Allow us to do a few things here. It's going to up our life values because now we're almost at 9,000 life. But then it's also going to allow us to upgrade our boots, helm, and gloves. Let's get into this quite a bit. So we'll go over it step by step. Let's take a look at these two rings. One is mirrored, and this one is not, which is interesting. This one's mirrored, and it has 225 life. It's got a negative to our evasion rating, which I don't really mind too much. It adds some cold attacks to us, but we don't do that. We can't do that. It has a lot of intelligence on it. That's nice. Some max life up there at the top, and some item rarity. And 79 to resistances. Now, are you going to find this exact same ring? Absolutely not. Would you find a ring like this? Yeah, this one is a possibility. And this one has dexterity. It also has an open slot, meaning I can actually exalt slam this or do something with this ring. So let's do that. And I actually put, I crafted that increased damage. There was 2 open slots on here. Let's go ahead and slam it. We have an exalted orb, yes, one exalted orb. Now these cost 30 chaos, but it's going to be fun. So let's do it and see what we get. We had dex, life, fire, cold. Energy sheet. Oh well. Remember how we've been carrying this around? Now we can put this on very easily just by going like that, and then we can re-equip the items, because right there, that dexterity, we're right at the edge of our dexterity to be able to equip all this stuff. Let's put this back on. Let's take a look at these rings and how I found them. So we're on the trade site for Path of Exile. Let's open up the filter. We want the ring, any rarity, but it's most likely going to be rare. And then I set all these different possibilities. On this one, I went down and added a not field. So if you just go down here and say not, and I said, seems weird, but you can't say reduced. You can't search for rule out reduced. So I said increased rarity 0, and I think that got rid of the reduced rarity rings on this list if we were to search. And then on the things that I really wanted, I said, I could have said cold. Ideally, this right here, the fire or cold, you can set it to whatever you need. I needed some fire and cold, and I said, hey, give me some good rolls on that. And then down here on the count, I said, give me either one of these counts. So you add a count thing in here, like that. And then I put a 1, and that basically says, give me this one or this one. And you could switch back and forth just like this too. But you could go like that, and it'll only give you one of these 2 totals. Let's see what we can find with this setup here. And chaos, really, guys. So this tells me one of 2 things. I should probably, this isn't a bad ring. I might buy this right now. 1 second. I don't think they answered, but there's quite a few here. I could probably even upgrade my own ring that I just got last night. But let's say I wanted dexterity only. Let's do that. Like, give me dexterity with a 45 roll. Let's see what we get here. 50 chaos now. But this max life isn't high enough for me. So let's say I wanted to do just one with a ton of max life. What we could do is we could search by just life. Let's see if we do that. Or total life. So now we're up to 100 divine. Anything better? 15 divine? 2 divine. Here's an interesting one. So we got 130. We got 53. Let me compare this to my other ring that I have. It might not fit well, but this is 134 with dex. 1 second. If I went with that ring, I would lose the increased damage. But I would gain a little bit of dexterity, which is actually pretty good. And then a little bit of, looks like cold and fire. So I'd have a little bit more fire. Let's see what what we're sitting at right now. For defenses. Oh, that must not be turned on, so we'll turn that on. Be interesting. Wouldn't be terrible to get that for me. But that's what you do. You're looking for this, and you're looking for a dexterity ring and an intelligence ring. That's a possibility. I would lose a little bit of damage. And how much damage are we going to lose? Roughly. We're at 252 on here without any stages. So if I take this off, oh, of course. Let's put this on. And now what we're at. With it on, 274. Take that off. 68, so 6. That's a little bit, maybe like 1 or 2% damage. But we'd have more of that. I think this might be a ring that we're interested in buying. So let me go buy this one. Okay, so I just bought it. We're going to go down. If we put this on, we'll go down in damage a little bit. Not much, though. 1 or 2%. But then we went up in what? Let's see. Oh, we got to turn it back on again. Back on. 178. And we turn this one in. A little bit better off there for us. I don't mind it. And was it a little bit more life as well? Let's see. 8,700. Yeah, a little more life. You can just we'll sell this one off. Okay. Oh, and then we get this. And then we're even better off, right? Let's see what we're at now. Defense is 87. Not bad. Put this one on there just to make sure. Yep. 7 better. In better shape. Now this ring's a little bit different. See that 255? This is a mirrored ring. So let's go take a look at those. Nothing's stopping you from getting a just 2 non-mirrored rings and working with that. But if you want to go into the mirrored rings, we're going to have to do a few things here. This should be okay. That should be okay. Let's see. I don't even know if they're going to have those. Oh, we can get rid of the fire and the cold resist. We'll get rid of that and we'll search. And now if we search by total maximum life, now we're into the 328 range and we're at 40 divines. What I would do is something like this. I would say, hey, I only want to spend, let's say 3 divines. We'll change this to divines. We'll say 3. We'll search. And then we're going to do the same thing again. And we'll sort it by total life. 306 for 3 divines. And we're looking at this. We got strength, X, max life. This doesn't hurt us at all. This would hurt us. That's nice. Everything but this right here would be cool. Could we change? Oh, we can't change that from cold to something else because it's a mirrored item. I don't think you can do that on the bench. What about this one? Chaos resistance. We're already in trouble on that. We'll be addressing that next in the next episode. But this kind of stuff would be fine with me. All these stats would be, but that one stat would hurt us. The negative. The negative lightning wouldn't hurt us. This wouldn't be too bad against us. But there's some max life for 1. And you basically go down this whole list and you find the items that are interesting to you. Wow, 132 dex. So max life, reduced mana rate, that wouldn't be bad. This would be bad for us, probably. Same thing here. You just go down the list. And what you'll do is, if this is too high of a, you're going to have quite a few to choose from. You're just going to find one that doesn't really hurt you. Like this wouldn't be bad. Reduced, this one right here would be completely fine. A 280, 85, and that. Now you don't have to go with this mirrored extreme. You could go back over here and, if you need some fire, you could do that. Let's see how much, if we just put fire on there, if you needed fire or I needed, let's say cold, let's put cold on there. And then we'll search by this. Look, we could still get a 224 with some cold. We'd lose the evasion and that. This wouldn't be a bad ring at all for us. 72, 224. I might even buy this. Is there anything bad about this? That wouldn't matter. That really wouldn't matter. Let me take a look. Actually, I needed one with intelligence. So let's see if we can swap that to intelligence. There we go. So that one, for me, that wouldn't work. Something like that. And then let's take this one off and just see what we can get here. And you're going to basically do the same thing. You're going to go through here, set your max that you'll pay, and then, you could do 1 divine. And then total life, we'll search by that. 280 with some intelligence. I don't want that. That I don't want. And you just go down the list. This wouldn't be bad. That we could actually take. So this would be a ring that I could actually wear. So stuff like that. You're going to go through here and get those two. Let's go back. So you're going to get a ring like that with dexterity, and one with dexterity and one with int. Ideally like 50 plus dexterity, 50 plus int. At this point, it's going to free you up with from other things. Like on this one, we're going to go to a helm, and you're going to search for the same way. I did one with just what did we get on here? Let's see if we can actually roll this too. How many prefixes do we have? Prefix, suffix. Yeah, we're topped off on those. I bought this one, and then I added the increased area of effect and the increased attack damage. And I did that by rolling. See, where are they? These. You're going to buy these. You're going to buy some of each of these. And see how that says Eater of Worlds? And this says Daring Exarch? Just buy from him. They're not too expensive either. See those two implicits up there? It's hard to roll that one, but it's that's an Eater of Worlds, so you're going to spend these on it until you get Eater of Worlds, ideally attack damage. And the other good one is increased area of effect. You're going to look for an item like this, and you're going to look for it with, a lot of health. You would say something like 145 or something. And then do the same thing that you did with the rings, and then pick what you need. So on this one, I didn't need any intelligence on this one, but it was nice to have it. That allowed me to not need as much intelligence elsewhere. Let's see, are we really overcapped? Yeah, we're a little bit, we don't need it. We didn't need intelligence on here, but this helm was good enough, so I was like, okay, I'll take it. But you're going to roll those two effects. Then once they're rolled, you're going to come in here and you're going to either buy or use some of these blessed orbs, which are dirt cheap, like 10 for 1 chaos. And you see those implicits up there? If they have a range on there, like 17 to 19 and 9 to 10, you're going to use these very carefully, and you're going to roll until you get max on both. So 19, 10, and then you'll go from there. So you're in good shape. Now you've got the ring. We've got a new helm with life being the most important thing on there. And I put life regen because what we're going to start doing is add regen to this build. Let's see what we're up to as far as the natural regen. 1,044, but I bet you in the field it goes up even higher than that. We're going to get our life regen up a little bit, and it's just going to, make things nicer and more relaxing. Because eventually we're going to be replacing this as well. We won't even have a life flask. So that's that item. Then you're going to go over your boots, and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to look for life, some regen. Let's do that. A minimum of 25 movement speed. Ideally 30 would be cool. And in this case, it had some strength on there. And then you're going to roll. Your own implicits like I did. Life regen is a pretty good one. Ideally on that second line, the 4% increased damage per endurance charge. Ideally that would be, there's better things. Let's go find if we can actually pull this off right here live. So we have this many to do it with. Let's see if we can roll this, actually end up with something cool. I think it's Eater. Yep, Searing Exarch. Eater is the other one. And there's the range. There's no range on them, so you don't have to use blessed orbs. We're going to roll this and see what happens. So that endurance charge is going to brittle. That's the one I want. Sorry, guys. Brittle is, if you get brittle, stop there. It's going to add 2% based crit. And it's going to be a lot. And all you do is we're already running around. So it leaves a little trail. That was perfect. That's a really good one. And that'll add a lot of damage. So let's put these back. We don't even need to use more than one, I guess. Try for brittle. There's action speed. I don't know if you can get action speed with these. But if you get action speed, I would stop with that one. If you want movement speed in there, or chaos, or, like I had the 4% increased damage per endurance charge. We have 6 endurance charges, so that's 24. Not too bad. Increased damage. It's like 1 or 2% increased damage, but this, a brittle, should be more. I'll confirm it, but last time I did on my other character, and it's a big chunk of damage. When you can make the bad guy brittled. So, there we go. Next item. Admiral's Arrogance Gauntlets. Now, I found these with the white sockets, and here's the thing. When you look for these, you got to make sure you don't care about the armor too much. This is what we care about. This line right here, it has to be 3. And that's going to give you to all melee skill gems, which this is right here. Right there. So you want to make sure that's the case. Now, if you're looking for, and for some reason there was a lot with all 4 white sockets, all the way together, that can help you as far as your socket pressure, socket color pressure goes. So if I found out that this one up here was blue, this one up here was blue, red, 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 I can move these up here and these down here, because the white sockets you can put any gem color in and it works. So you're going to look for that. Now, if you don't have to have the white sockets, then, and not corrupted, you do something like that, and it's going to be pretty cheap. Let's find out. 50 chaos, half a divine, 120 chaos. So the price goes down. But if you can find one with the white sockets, because I think people were crafting these, hoping for like a vuln on hit on the implicit. Eventually, we're going to get to that point too. But for right now, this is fine. So, if you've succeeded, you've got 2 new rings with life, and in this case, on my dexterity ring, I chose to search for some fire and cold. You're going to be balancing. This is going to be very dependent on your situation over here. With, turn this back on. Oh, and let's turn on everything. And there's our regen. Now we're up to 1300 regen, and that should go higher than that. But basically, you're going to make sure you're capped here. Now we're under capped here. We're going to address that in the next episode. But we're not in a bad place right here. This is chaos resistance. Even from I'm at 94, it's just not affecting me very, very often, if at all. But we're going to fix it anyways, because once we get into tier 16.5 and 17 maps, then we need some chaos resistance. But even in tier 16 side, not a big deal. So you've upgraded all this. You've used your blessed orbs to make sure that the implicits on these items, you can't use your blessed orbs on this, but on this you can, to get the implicits that you want rolled correct. So you're in good shape now. You should have, you should have over 8,000 health. Easily over 8,000 health. Right around 8,000 health, at least. Maybe 9,000, maybe more. And you should have all these qualitied up. We haven't upgraded these yet to their more final form, but eventually we will. And then the other thing, quality. Now it's time to do some quality to make sure. I would have this qualitied up to 20%. I would have your fortify qualitied up. Do we have it? Do I meet that requirement? And all it does, in this case, it increases the fortification duration. So I'm not going to do that at Journeyman 1. Brutality, I already had it up at 20%, but you should have it at 20%. We're going to be swapping these jewels or gems out as well. In melee fizz, let's see. Another 10% physical damage. Let's go ahead and do that one right now. We're going to go over, do we have enough of these things? I don't think so. Let's grab one to do it up. Do I even have enough gold? I don't. So I'm going to put this as a reminder. That'll be the next thing I buy from him. And then I'll buy a bunch of these and get 20, and then I'll quality that up. Now I could just go buy it as well. It might be cheaper to buy it. But it's no big deal either way. faster attacks should be at 20%. So that's on those. I also I need to do 20% on these. On this one, the phase run, 20% adds another 10% increased movement speed when it triggers. Withering Step, I don't think I'm going to do Withering Step. I don't need 20% on that. And the Blood Rage should be at 20% as well. Anything else on here? The cast when damage taken, supported skills, reduced amount of damage. So that's an eventual one as well. But these are important. So get the ones that we need here, except for Fortify. We don't need that one. So for Journeyman rank 1, you should have a bunch of these 20%ed. I think you're in good shape there then. Frost Bomb, we don't need that one. Berserk, 20%. What's that do? Increase cooldown recovery rate so it happens more often. That's optional right now. So you're in good shape there. This one is not optional. It should be 20%. This one is not option. It should be 20% quality because it's going to increase the aura effect. If I bring this up, watch this, 151. We take this off. Goes to 1. So this gem helps this gem by 9, gives us 9 extra resists all. That improves that one. So that's important to do. Eventually you could spend 3 divine and get this up to a level, I think 21 or 23 something, but we'll figure that out later. Precision, that's just the area of effect. I'm probably not. That'll be a late term thing that we do. We don't need to do that now. Okay, so the last thing. Oh, this is a really important thing. If for some reason you find yourself 1 or 2 points shy with your current setup, like I had a ring that was a little bit less, 47. I needed it to be 48 because this ring was 138. Let's take a look at this. So now we're at 147. The next level would require this up to be 142. So I could upgrade this in levels again. But for some reason, if you're just shy a little bit, go ahead and scour this thing, take it out, sell it to her with 1 scour, and it should lower its level by 1. I'm okay with this, so we're gonna in fact I can do that one and this one, so I can level that up again, and probably 1 more level after this. Does it say? Oh, it doesn't say what the next level dexterity requirement is. But there. So I just got that up a little bit a little higher. Phase run 142. Withering Step, I don't care about that. Yeah, that one's fine. But these two, the Blood Rage and that, are they going to be the things that require the higher dex? We're in good shape there. Nice. I could probably even upgrade maybe something. What is this one? Frost Bomb. I don't know. These are part of the cast when damage taken, so we're in good shape. The other things you should be working on, if you want gold, and I do as well. Oh, should mention this. If I add this into Journeyman, there's a lot of requirements already, guys. I'll try to add it to the next one, but either way, it's either now or later. Depending on which one you pick. I've taken this one. You see how you capture all these major gods, and they have all those minor ones? Well, it's really, really crucial to add all those, to add all of your minor gods that are going to be taken from this. You have to go into the maps by putting one of these empty divine vessels into this device. Drop the map in there that correlates to the correct boss, and then you're going to capture this soul. I just threw one in here and captured this boss, and there it is. And now whichever one it was for, it's now captured. But in this case, let's say we're doing we wanted to capture Katava. So this is going to be important even for Journeyman 1. So we're going to have to get this. You're going to have to get these done. And you just put the divine. They're cheap. You can buy the divine vessels. So if you want to find out where Katava lives, go like this, Katava, and it looks like right over here in the lava lake. So you would either buy a tier 6 map, and put the divine vessel in there, run it, and then you capture his soul, and then you right click it, you take it back out of there just like I did a second ago, and then you'd have it done. So this is part of Journeyman 2 or rank 1. Same thing here. Reduced chaos damage taken, reduced chaos damage taken over time while on caustic ground. I just grabbed that one, it's no big deal, but this helps with the poisonings if I get poisoned too much, because we don't have any chaos resistance right now. Once I get chaos resistance, I'll be switching out of this one to that one. Doubtful, but something else. Have reduced attack speeds, enemies that have hit you. Maybe this one, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Nice. I think we've gone over everything. This is Journeyman rank 2, so it's not too expensive. I would say a couple, 1 to 2 divine for each ring, and then 1 to 2 divine for each of these. So you're looking at, let's say 1.5 for each. So 3, 6, 7, 8, maybe 8 divine total to get this all done up. So that's well within the reach, because I mean, if you're going down and doing delves, you're in really good shape. Now to get gold, to make sure you're getting enough gold, let's bring up this real quick. What I've been doing, or what I'm working towards, is I've got the delve in there for myself. This is up to you with your, and I've got shrines to make mapping easier. And I took all these quantity nodes, I took the increased rarity, and then I went up here and I took the map modifiers, and then this one. And I took all these map modifier things, just like this, to increase the value of every modifier on our maps. It boosts it up each time. Well, after that, I said I need Elva in here. Elva, I've done some really long, deep studies on her with very cheap, less than 10 chaos to run each map, and you make that back. I'm going to put Elva in every map. And you can sell her temples, and I'll eventually show you that. But we'll make 34,000 gold per map, just with having Elva in there. So as I keep on knocking these off, I click this. So I'm going to add all these. Then I'll come over here. I'll come down here, and I'll add this incursion in there. And then it looks like I'll probably have to go like right over here. And as long as it says, 8% chance, yes. Incursions, I'll probably put this in there. I don't like having to chase that guy around, but he does have a chance at dropping some cool stuff. And then this one's really important too. It always has 4. So every 3 maps that you run you will have built a temple that's most likely going to be worth anywhere from 1 to 3 divines. And then you'll also get all the gold. So I was really happy with that. And I have to get these, and there's there one up there. Yep, I already got that one. So I'm just working towards it. This one doesn't help with your, doesn't force her into the map, but it's going to be important for upgrading. These are going to be important. And this one helps to make sure that the, it makes it really easy to run your Elvas, and then it also, with the scarabs that we use, is going to guarantee that every creature in there is going to be, magic. So that's why you get so much gold and loot and greatness. All right, let's go to a quick demo. And because you've done all this work, go find a node that's a tougher node. Let's go to this one. So this is what depth is this? Depth 273. It's not bad. We're going deeper. But let's find out, is everything turned on? Yep. So we're just cruising through all this stuff. Eat kills. Let's go to the final area. And up here, this way. I won't even. I should search in the side areas because there's really good. Yep. And we'll blow that open, and a resonator. So right away we made almost 30 chaos right there. We made 30 chaos just coming back in here. So you can tell how good Delve is. That, and I guess Open up the flare cache. We'll peek in here. Oh, I don't want the lost armor. I'll ignore those guys. How long? This isn't too long of a node. And I'm dropping down torches for 2 reasons. I can get kills. You can't kill anything in the darkness, so I drop it down there to help with kills. But, so, let's see. Can we stand in this? Yep, we can stand in this. Can we stand right here? Not press any buttons, even with this? Let's find out. Yes. So, as you can see, you're going to become really... I mean, I'm not pressing anything. If we start pressing stuff, we can. And let's take a look at this. Just stand here. Let's kill that one tricky guy. This guy's a jerk. Let's stand still for a second again. We'll take that hit. Look at all these creatures around us. And I'm not doing anything. I'm just... I can close my eyes. I wouldn't be doing anything. And we're living. Because we've scaled up our health. And by scaling up our health, that improves the destiny, Defiance of Destiny. So we're in really good shape there, guys. You can do this. You can be really, really tanky. And it makes everything enjoyable. Just makes everything easy. You can go deeper and deeper. You can be distracted and not die automatically. We're in great shape, guys. So, these are worth a lot. Beautiful thing. Alrighty. Oh, Purity of Elements? Oh, I've been leveling those up in the offhand. Because those, we can get 3 divines worth if we happen to corrupt a good one. Alright, let's go back up. And again, I use those because we've been doing a lot of speccing and things like that. The tree is just this. You're going to get as close to it. I'll put a link down below so you'll be able to see this. But you'll be get as close to this as possible. If you don't have enough to get all these things, maybe back off a little bit of life. Maybe back off, maybe an extra endurance charge less. Eventually I'm going to show you this item. Oh, in fact, I should have showed you this from the get-go. Let's do this now because I want you to have life gain on hit. Because we got rid of that other jewel. So let's take this out for a second. I'm going to show you this. I'm glad we looked at this. Kind of important. Even without it, we could still be fine. But I love having some life gain on hit and this other item. So what you're going to do is you're going to look for a minimum of just this, and it's going to be pretty cheap. 2.5 divines, 3 divines, just for this item there. And there's some variance here too on this. How much per health? Per line. Let's see what the variance is. 30. So I got mine to be a 28. Now, if you can, you're going to have to save up for both of these. Let's see how much that costs. 10 divine. For right now, if you can't afford it, just get the life gain on hit. And if you're running vitality, and if it happens to have something else on it as well, that's fine. But that's why that's going to help us stay alive, especially in the darkness down there. Is this mandatory? No, you can get by without any life gain on hit. It's just nice, guys. It adds up so fast. If there's 3 or 4 creatures around, and we're hitting at, I think 20 swings per second. Let's see. Attacks per second. This is 6, but on the POB, I think it's around 20 per second. So we're getting all these hits in. That's 100. That's like 2,000 regen in a second just from the life gain on hit. Rough guess. You can try it without it. This is going to be important. So now instead of 8 divine, we're looking at 11 divine to knock off Journeyman rank 3. A rank 2, Journeyman rank 1. I'll reiterate this in Journeyman rank 2 as well. But let's put this back on here. And I've got it. And it helps with max life as well, which is cool. We don't care about mana and energy shield. 83. Okay. With that, we're in good shape. If you want to back off some damage and get more life, you can do that as well. It's really a flexible thing. But that's the next item to get. Okay. So with that, I think we're in good shape. I hope you're having fun with this. And cool. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next episode. Journeyman rank 1 complete. You can get all that stuff. And you saw how easy, I mean, I could have spent another 10 minutes and got probably another divine worth of stuff down there. So I would need 100 minutes to get 10 divine, and I could. That's not counting any other good drops or anything, or trading or any other ways you will be able to get this currency. All right, with that, we'll see you in the next the next episode, and have a good one. Enjoy, guys. Pretty cool. We're getting very tanky.